Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharmaswarupine Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharmaswarupine Avataravariштaya Ramakrishna te namaha. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma mritangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let us offer our salutations to Sri Ramakrishna, the embodiment of all religions, the Supreme God incarnate. Let us pray to Him to lead us from the unreal to the real, to lead us from the darkness of ignorance to the light of knowledge, to lead us from death to immortality. We have been studying Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. We have been discussing the topic three ways for transformation. That is, transforming from worldly life into spiritual life. In the last class we have touched upon satsang, satpravachana, and the third one is sarveshvara chintana, which we are studying now. Life is a school, as it were. We are in this school to get educated, and that education is spiritual education. If you take life in that spirit, then you will be learning and learning. The more and more you learn, the more and more you become wise. The more and more you come near towards God. It is a mind that creates distance between God and ourselves. Though God is very near us, He is in everyone's heart, but it appears as if He is very far away. That's because of the mind. So, mind is going in its own way on account of so many factors. When you come to spiritual school, you must know how to control the mind. So, you have to engage the mind in such activities whereby mind comes under control. One is satsang, holy association. The next one is sat pravachana, reading of spiritual teachings of the great masters. And thirdly, sarveshvara chintana, thinking deeply on the Lord of the universe. So, we know people are suffering from various types of diseases, and they are taking various types of treatments for curing the diseases. But there is one particular disease which cannot be treated in a casual way, in the way we treat the ordinary diseases. This is special type of disease which everyone is having it almost, and that is disease of worldliness. All the spiritual masters have clearly stated we are really attacked by disease of worldliness. In Sanskrit it is called bhavaroga. So to get treatment for this terrible disease of worldliness, one has to come into contact with the special doctor, bhavaroga vaidya. He can only treat. And doctors are available. It is not that where to go, what to do. We have got spiritual masters. So you have got places where to get such treatment. But point is, you must willingly go in for treatment. You should not be under the delusion that you have no such disease at all. But in course of life you understand this worldly life is just worthless. But the moment you learn this point, it is too late to take any steps to get over this worldly tendencies. So, all the spiritual masters have given us warning and treatment of teachings, assurance and hope. Hope is there, assurance is there, and that hope and assurance are given by the Supreme Lord Himself. Since God is infinite compassion, God is a personification of infinite compassion. It is because of that infinite compassion He comes to our level in human form, coming as an incarnation, to lead us literally, holding our hand in spiritual path. So, as I said, we must be wholeheartedly willing to take the treatment for the disease of worldliness. If you don't take treatment, you have to continue life after life, passing through fire of sufferings and sufferings and sufferings. Unless you take treatment, sufferings will not go. That's the point. So, the last aspect of this topic, Sarveshvara Chintana, thinking constantly, deeply, Lord of the universe, Lord of everyone, Lord of me, Lord of you, Lord of her, Lord of him, everybody, everybody's Lord. Lord is the same. So if you have that idea clear in your mind, then the question of jealousy, hatred will not arise. But you must be firmly convinced that your own Lord is residing in everyone's heart. That ideal should be kept in mind while you think of your deity. Whomsoever deity you have chosen, and that deity is residing in everyone's heart. That concept is very important. Lord Krishna himself has given this concept in the Bhagavad Gita. Ishvara sarvabhutanam hrideshe Arjuna tishtati. The Lord of the universe dwells in the heart of every being. So what more you want? Only thing is, you have to apply the mind, because you have to reach the abode of the divine through the mind. You have to go through the mind, beyond the mind. The abode of God dwells beyond the mind. Mind comes under the realm of Maya. You have to cross over the Maya. But then, as I said, if we keep the mind clean and pure, then you will be able to see the way to go through the mind. So, Sarveshwar Chintana is also very important. And all these three, Satsang, Sat Pravachan, Sarveshwar Chintana, all these three must be practiced every day, as much as possible. The idea is the mind should be saturated with the spiritual thoughts, spiritual activities. So mind should be vibrated with spiritual things. Then all the worldliness vanish without any trace. So one of the Sarveshwar Chintana is Nam Sankirtan, chanting of the name of the Lord loudly and continuously. In that way, you are engaging all your senses in the chanting of God. That's why chanting by the group is really a wonderful spiritual sadhana. Because when you chant together, you will be overwhelmed by the spiritual vibrations. And you are participating. You will have the satisfaction of participating in the spiritual practice. So, it not only liberates those who participate in this congregational singing, but it also spreads joy and love all around through the spiritual currents and vibrations it generates. Tremendous atmosphere is created by the singing and chanting of the divine. There are 4 types of Sankirtan. One is Guna Sankirtan, singing the glory of God's divine attributes, His great powers, His benevolent qualities. In truth, all these attributes are ascribed by devotees to God, who for them is all qualities and attributes. The satisfaction that the devotee gets from Guna Sankirtan, therefore, is encouraging as a first step, and it's a great step. Second type is Leela Sankirtan, singing of God's divine sports and glorious deeds. Here too, the joy of the devotee is in singing of the true Leelas of the Lord, the universe, its creation, maintenance, and its dissolution, all the three going on simultaneously. That is, you are contemplating on the divine sport of the Lord of the universe. Third one is Bhava Sankirtan, glorifying God through any one of the following 6 types of relationship with Him. These 6 types of relationships with Lord come under Bhava Sankirtan, which is the third type. And that is Shanta Bhava, loving God as a form of Shanti or peace. And there's a famous life demonstrating this relationship with God, and that is life of Bhishma, embodiment of peace. Then Sakhya Bhava, loving God as one's own most beloved friend. Arjun is considered such friend to Lord Krishna. That's why he could get the grace of Lord Krishna in the form of the message of the Bhagavad Gita. Arjun's life was totally transformed into spiritual by the divine message of Lord Krishna. Then Dasya Bhava, loving God as one's master and dedicating oneself to his service. Hanuman stands foremost in this relationship. Then Vatsalya Bhava, loving God as one's own child. Yashoda, how she was most blessed lady. Overwhelmingly, she was joyful in taking care of the child Krishna. Then comes Anuraga Bhava, loving God as one's beloved. Gopis stand for this ideal. Their devotion to Lord Krishna was 100% pure. They loved Krishna, they loved nothing else. Madhura Bhava is oneness with the Lord. Always feel you are one with God. There is no idea or thought of separation at all. And Radha stands supreme in this attitude. All these bhavas we see are fully manifested in Sri Ramakrishna's life. If you read Sri Ramakrishna's life, Sri Ramakrishna and his divine glory, please read that if you have not read. You will see how Sri Ramakrishna literally practiced all these bhavas and validated all these really take one to the divine abode of Lord. These bhavas are based on the attachment to the form of God. You love the personal God. You want to objectify the God. You want to have relationship with the deity. In all of them, there is an element of imagination on the part of the devotee. The imagined relationship is not entirely one with divinity, but very much of the type of human relation only. As a result, there is an element of ignorance in their faith and devotion. Attachment to the form brings pleasure as well as pain to the devotees. This obstructs freedom from the dualities of life, which constitute ignorance. The last one, Madhura Bhava, seeking oneness with God, is not easily attainable. Thus these bhavas make the concept of God limited and make it difficult for the sadhaka to transcend God's name and form. The fourth type of Sankirtan is Nama Sankirtan. One is Guna Sankirtan, second one is Leela Sankirtan, third is Bhava Sankirtan, and the last one is Nama Sankirtan. When a group of devotees join together to sing the name of the Lord, it gives sacredness and happiness to the minds of all people at all times and at all places. You feel a kind of peace in the mind and a kind of fulfillment which you can't describe. There is nothing that can be greater than this Nam Sankirtan. Such Sankirtan will liberate not only the individual but the entire community and the whole world. It is this Nam Sankirtan that should be practiced. A person devoted to Nam Sankirtan knows no failure. Taking this sadhana seriously and doing it constantly, he overcomes all obstacles. To him, the divine name is the spring of all Chaitanya, the primal energy and life-giving nectar. Nayamatma balahinena labhyaha. Ultimately, the sadhaka's own strength of resolve, self-application and self-confidence will lead him to his spiritual goal. Name and form have to go together. To start with, the name and the form go together in Nam Sadhana. They are the reverse and obverse of the same coin. Recite the name and the named will be before you. Picture the named and the name will leap to your lips. The name should dwell on the sweetness which it connotes. It should ruminate on the beauty of the form which it remembers, the perfume of which it spreads. Nama, the name of the Lord, and Nami, the form, should have constant and continuous contact in the devotee's mind. Then just as two branches of a tree, by continuous contact and friction, are able to produce fire, the continuous contact of the name and the named produces the fire of knowledge. Meaning of the name. The name is a vocal image. When the name is pronounced by the tongue and the image is adored by the mind, this should not degenerate into mechanical routine. The meaning of the name and the content of the form must at the same time inspire and illumine the devotee's consciousness. When you are repeating Rama's name, you must visualize Rama's form, the blissful form of Ramachandra. Every time you repeat Rama, every time you should be able to visualize divine form, blissful form of Sri Ramachandra. That's the way we should do. Everything comes easy by practice. So involve yourselves in the attitude of worship deeply and sincerely. That alone will bring you the requisite strength and courage, peace and joy from the Lord who is within you. And Lord himself is the Guru, deeply interested in your spiritual progress. He is really sincerely, most sincerely, very much concerned about the devotee. The point is, the devotee is not well tuned in the same way towards God. There lies the problem. So, the Divine Lord who is in your heart, He is your eternal Father and Mother, preceptor and friend, who will lead you to the goal. You must have that connection established. Connecting your mind with the Divine Lord, with whatever relationships you want to have with Him. And just as I mentioned above, as Sakhya Bhava, Dasya Bhava, any attitude you may have, but hold on to that one attitude which you like most and proceed vigorously in practicing it. Everything will come easy. And you will see to your surprise how this disease of worldliness is going away from you. You feel more and more joy in spiritual activities. That's the indication of the worldliness going down. The devotee derives real and full joy from Nam Sankirtan only when he sings with his full attention on the meaning of the divine name. The divine name is usually given to the reality that you yourself are. For example, Atman is known as Rama because Rama means that which delights, and nothing confers such boundless, inexhaustible joy as the Atma. So the word Rama means the Atma. The word consists of three components of sounds. Three components are sounds. Rama, Ra plus A plus Ma. Rama. Ra is the mystic symbol of Agni, or the fire principle. It burns our sins or evil propensities into ash. A is the symbol of Surya, or the sun principle. It destroys the darkness of Ajnana or ignorance. Ma is the symbol of Chandra, or the moon principle. It cools the tapam, that is the heat of suffering. It cools down. So Ram Nam Smaran has the power to overcome the three tragedies of life. What are they? Sin, suffering, and ignorance. And to reveal the divinity of Satyam, Shivam, and Sundaram, truth, goodness, and beauty. Repeat the name of Rama, bearing this significance in mind, and you will feel its effect soon. You will feel its effect soon. Ram Nama also connotes the Vedic declaration, Tattvamasi, that thou art. Tat Tvam Asi. Ra signifies Tat, that is Brahman. Ma signifies Tvam, Tvam Tva. In the Sanskrit, if you refer, you will know Ma means Tvam, that is thou, the individual. And A connotes the kinship and identity of the two, that is of the Jiva and Brahma. Suppose you take the name of Krishna. Krishna means that which attracts most, that is Ananda. It also means that which crushes or destroys. So Krishna symbolizes the divine power which crushes the devotee's attachment to the physical body and to worldly things and manifests Ananda or bliss of the Atma within. The devotee's manas is the Gokul, where Krishna manifests himself. The devotee's heart is the Vrindavan, where he grows up on the prema of the gopis, that is pure thoughts and feelings. The Chitta is the Mathura, where he rules after destroying King Kamsa or the ego. And the Nirvikalpa stage is the Dwarka, where he installs himself as a reigning monarch. That's the glory of the name Lord Krishna. Divine names also indicate divine powers that protect and help the devotee on his spiritual path. So try to grasp the significance or meaning of the name you sing so that you can ruminate on the glory which that name denotes. When you hear on the phone that your son got a son, you feel immensely happy. But if you do not catch the meaning of the words you hear, how can you derive the intended joy? Likewise, singing the bhajan with your attention on the meaning of the name will keep you always in the higher region of divine energy, where you will be cool and calm. When you sing the name of Triambaka, remember the Paramatman who, transcending the three gunas, tamas, rajas and sattva, envelops all the three worlds. He is therefore in everyone. He is everyone in all. Gopala does not mean merely a cowherd. Go also means the senses, beings, souls and individuals. So Gopala is the divine power of God, who tends our indriyas, our senses and souls, keeps them away from worldly harm and gives them what is good for their spiritual progress. In the name Madhava, Ma implies Maya or delusion, and Dhava means master. He who sings this name of God is saved from the delusion of our Maya and realizes truth. The name Vishnu means that which pervades everywhere, the omnipresent. He is glorified as Sheshasayi, or reclining on the cobra with 5 heads, 5 hoods. These 5 hoods are symbolic of our 5 senses, which have sinister, poisonous potentialities. When these senses are directed towards Vishnu, that is, eyes seeking God's footprints in the rose petals as well as in the stars, ears hearing God's voice in the songs of birds as also in the peals of thunder, tongue tasting God's sweetness in all that appeals to it, nose drawing fragrance in everything that reveals the glory of God, the sense of touch content to clasp the hand of the forlorn and the distressed as the beloved children of God, then alone can the devotee visualize the full glory of Vishnu. Shiva means consciousness which is most auspicious and pure, one who has all the glory associated with Godhead. He is the embodiment of Ananda. Hence, he is also symbolized in the Tandava dance, which he enjoys so much with the cosmos as a stage. He is also known as Shankara, one who causes, by his grace, the most supreme Ananda and bestows it on his devotees. He is Ishvara, being the repository of all the resources essential for happiness and prosperity. He confers the highest Aishwarya, wealth, that is Jnana, knowledge, on those who propitiate him. Mahakali, Mahasaraswati, Mahalakshmi are likewise embodiments of divine powers in various manifestations of the guna, Tamogun, Rajogun and Sattvagun respectively. They help the devotee to overpower the destroy. They help the devotee to overpower and destroy the forces of vice, wickedness and egoism by vanquishing the 6 demons of evil passions in him. In the same way, we use the letter Sa for the divine, for the mother. We use the word Amba for father. So we use the word Shiva, thus Samba Shiva, Samba Shiva. That's the meaning. So, faith, love and yearning for God are very essential in the spiritual path. Faith or Shraddha one should have. Without faith, one cannot achieve anything in life. One has to strengthen the faith in the attributes of God whose glory he is singing. This faith is to Nam Sankirtan what breath is to man. No breath, no life. So, no faith, no relationship with God. So faith must be there. That's the point. From this faith, prema or love will be born. Prema will build a rapport with God and bring in peace. Where peace prevails, truth will reveal itself. Where there is truth, there is Ananda. Where there is Ananda, God abides. To realize the Lord, one should cultivate prema. The name should be installed on the altar of the heart, and there its fragrance will sweeten the memory. With love from the depth of the heart, one should raise one's voice without fear, loudly singing the glory of God. One should not be afraid of others. These others are not going to give you liberation, nor even help you when you are in serious trouble. It's only selfishness everywhere. Not minding what others may say or what path others follow. Sing the divine glory and pray to Him with a heart filled with faith and selfless love. There is no reason to have lack of faith. And there is no season for faith. Follow your heart which you have offered to God. Nam Sankirtan is not mere singing. The swaras should come from the depth of your heart. The thought of God should be full and dipped in love. You should project yourself to reach Him. This is called tapas. Such Sankirtan will liberate not only the devotees, but the entire community. You could see in the life of Sri Ramakrishna how when he was singing, he would go immediately to ecstasy, because he would visualize, he would actually see the deity on whom he is singing. And another important point is, you must have yearning for God. The yearning of the stone to be a diamond. You must hold the hand of God through Namasmaran and walk by His side. You must hold fast and not give up. Be like the monkey that clings to its mother and is thereby guarded and guided by her superior strength and wisdom. The Lord is one by sincere agony and steady yearning. The yearning will overcome all obstacles and like a swollen river leap over bunds and banks and overwhelm all by its strength. Difficulties are created to increase the yearning and to lift the sincere devotee from the rest. By the alchemy of such smarana, even a rock is turned into softness and molded into a beautiful image. The yearning in the heart and the name on the tongue, these are most essential for bhajan. The gopis sang the name of God when they churned for butter in the early morning hours. The bangles of the wrists jingled all the time. The whir of the rods in the pots provided the background tune, and the fragrant morning breeze carried the song into every neighboring ear. Sri Ramakrishna, yearning and hoping for the vision of the Divine Mother, would most eagerly look forward to each morning for some sign of her grace. Every night he used to cry in anguish that another precious day had slipped away from his life without his getting even a glimpse of his beloved mother. He used to feel shattered and broken with frustration and grief because he believed that his precious time and life itself were wasted unless he succeeded in winning the grace and vision of God. Such faith, love and yearning, while pronouncing the Lord's name, turning it over the tongue, so to say, are bound to result in divine grace. We shall continue this topic next class. Any questions to ask? Everything becomes easy when you sincerely want it. Sincerity plays very important. And steadiness. You must be steady and sincere. Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, page 966 page. Keep your mind firm on God. He who is a hero lives with a woman but does not indulge in physical pleasures. Talk to your wife only about God. A few minutes later, Sri Ramakrishna said to Bhavanath by a sign, "Take your meal here today." Bhavanath said, "Yes, sir, I am quite all right. Don't worry about me." Surendra came in and took a seat. The devotees offered garlands of flowers to the master every evening. Sri Ramakrishna put these garlands around his neck. Surendra sat quietly in the room. Sri Ramakrishna was in a very happy mood and gave him 2 garlands. Surendra saluted the master and put them around his neck. All sat in silence and looked at Sri Ramakrishna. Surendra saluted the master again and stood up. He was about to leave. He asked Bhavanath to hang the straw screens cover over the windows. Hirananda came in with 2 of his friends. He was a native of Sindh, about 2200 miles from Calcutta. After finishing his college education in Calcutta in 1883, he had returned to Sindh and taken charge of editing 2 papers, the Sindh Times and the Sindh Sudhar. While studying in Calcutta, he had often visited Keshav Chandra Sen and had come to know him intimately. He had met Sri Ramakrishna at the Kali temple at Dakshineshwar and had spent an occasional night there with the master. Hearing of Sri Ramakrishna's illness, he now came to Calcutta from Sindh to see him. The master himself had been very eager to see Hirananda. Sri Ramakrishna pointed to Hirananda and said to him by signs, "A very fine boy. Do you know him?" Yam said, "Yes, sir." Master to Hirananda and Yam, he said, "Please talk a little. I want to hear you both." When Yam remained silent, Sri Ramakrishna asked him, "Is Narendra here? Call him." Narendra entered the room and sat near the master. The master said to Narendra and Hiranand, "I want to hear you two talk." Hirananda was silent a few moments, and then after great hesitation began the conversation. Hirananda said to Narendra, "Why does a devotee of God suffer?" His words were sweet as nectar. Everyone in the room could feel that his heart was filled with love. Narendra answered, "The plan of the universe is devilish. I could have created a better world." Hirananda said, "Can one feel happiness without misery?" Narendra said, I am not making a plan for a universe, but simply giving my opinion of the present plan. But all these problems are solved if we have faith only in one thing, and that is pantheism. All doubts disappear if one believes that everything is God God alone is responsible for all that happens. Hirananda said, very easy to say that. Narendra sang Shankara's 6 stanzas on Nirvana. We'll stop here. Chant the name of the Lord and His glory unceasingly, that the mirror of the heart may be wiped clean and quench that mighty forest fire, worldly lust, raging furiously within. O name, stream down in moonlight on the lotus heart, opening its cup to knowledge of thyself, O self, down deep in the waves of His bliss, tasting His nectar at every step, bathing in His name, that bath for weary souls. Various are thy names, O Lord, in each and every name thy power resides. No times are set, no rites are needful for chanting of thy name. So vast is thy mercy, how huge then is my wretchedness, who find in this empty life and heart no devotion to thy name. O my mind, be humbler than a blade of grass, be patient and forbearing like a tree. Take no honor to thyself, give honor to all. Chant unceasingly the name of the Lord. O Lord and soul of the universe, mine is no prayer for wealth or retinue, the playthings of lust or the ties of fame. As many times as I may be reborn, grant me, O Lord, a steadfast love for thee. A drowning man in this world's fearful ocean is thy servant, O sweet one. In thy mercy, consider him as dust beneath thy feet. Ah, how I long for the day when an instant's separation from thee, O Lord, will be as 1,000 years, when my heart burns away with its desire, and the world without thee is a heartless void. Prostrate at thy feet let me be, in unwavering devotion, neither imploring the embrace of thine arms, nor bewailing the withdrawal of thy presence, though it tears my soul asunder. O thou who stillest the hearts of thy devotees, do with me what thou wilt, for thou art my heart's beloved, thou and thou alone. O Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real, lead us from darkness to light, and lead us from death to immortality. May all be free from dangers, may all realize what is good, may all be actuated by noble thoughts, may all rejoice everywhere. May all be happy, may all be free from disease, may all realize what is good, may none be subject to misery. May the wicked become virtuous, may the virtuous attain tranquility, may the tranquil be freed from bonds, and may the freed make others free. May good betide all people, may the sovereign righteously rule the earth, may all beings ever attain what is good, may the worlds be prosperous and happy. May the clouds pour rain in time, may the earth be blessed with crops, may all countries be freed from calamity, may holy men live without fear. May the Lord, the destroyer of sins, the presiding deity of all sacred works, be satisfied. For he being pleased, the whole universe becomes pleased. He being satisfied, the whole universe feels satisfied.